Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. And it is Matchday 6. Unbelievable. We are pushing on with this season at quite the slow rate compared with last season, I suppose, when we were playing 3 games every 2 weeks in the divisions. I must start with an apology. General Smuts, 24-hour stream, he wasn't a second late, and there we are, 2.5 minutes late. I'm going to blame my co-commentator. Nope, I'm going to blame myself. My co-commentator for tonight is Mr. Dimble. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Horse.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, just shirked my parental responsibilities to get on stream, which is what every good Champ Manager player does. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Superb. And I like the way that the first message in the chat was from Mike Savage tonight, and you introduced yourself in the same way, Mr. Horse. That's how he's safe to me as well, so lovely. We have got plenty of people here on the chat tonight. We've got Mike, we have got General Smuts, we've got Stu, we've got Quinton, and we've got Claire Wright. Claire Wright on the chat tonight. Good evening. Which team are you supporting tonight? That's got to be the question, definitely. Horse out. Thanks, Smuts. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at the things. Oh, Swan's here as well. Superb. I noticed you retweeted us, so excellent. And it'd be nice to meet you in the cup final when we do our co-commentary in 11 league games time. Look at the fixtures, the results from last time. Which was the absolute highlight for yourselves? I mean, apart from Pelham's win over Blues.
Well, that's the only place we start, really. What a great win that was.
It's a very good win.
CMO 102 legends in the blue side, and the battling boys from Grimsby got it done. So yeah, I was really happy with that, because it's been a bit of a slow start for me. Apart from that Fortuna's win over the Flamingos, they've disappointed so far. Of Fifey's team, with a team full of a few stars, and they've done nothing.
I wonder if there's a shadow of a doubt as to who Claire Wright could be. Judging by the chat, Tato is here as well. Absolutely superb. And Smut's saying it's his sister. Fantastic. I mean, yeah, we've had some superb kind of shocks recently. The games have been going against where they could have been. Fifey has entered the chat as a result. Let's have a look at the fixtures for this time. Yes. Anyway, so Blues versus Fortuna. Blues tonight, no team submitted, so that it'll be no substitutes permitted for that one. Yes, boo. I was saying Blues. Danglies versus Badgers. I mean, Badgers have been known to bite them, I assume. Flamingos against Mega Horse, which will be played later on tonight when Fifey finishes his podcast. Grove versus Boston. That's a massive one, that one, to be honest. Who do you see coming out on top of that one?
It's going to be a tough one. I think Grove are stronger than you'd imagine, considering they weren't great last season. There's a few star players in that team, and Boston are going to be the well-drilled, regimented team that Greavesy likes. So I think it's going to be a 1-0 to Boston, if I have to guess on that one. But it's going to be a good match.
It is going to be a good match, yeah, certainly. Stu saying up the Grove, which of course is they are up a lot compared with last season. Aussie's Dream versus Pelham. Now Aussie's Dream, the one team pony, the team that if the subs come in and the reserves have to get called upon, then they're probably not as strong. But today, full strength against yourselves there. Red West Pacific versus Gondor, bottom of the table battle. Gondor are significantly stronger on their day, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And Sprungfelt versus Divisionale, two teams who probably aren't that far apart in quality, but miles apart in the table.
Yeah, a massive gap between those two. Steve needs to sort that out, or Claire needs to sort that out.
Yes, go on, Claire.
Yeah, I think
points between you.
So far this season, Dan, there's been so many little shock results happening. So it does ever feel like anything could happen in most games, which is great entertainment for everyone.
Superb. I do hope it provides some tonight. And we're going to Sprungfelt first because there was a call there from Mike. So he's up against Clare tonight. We have got a different formation, which I suppose should be no surprise from Mike, of course, how he's been playing. Yep, 3 at the back with 2 wide men running in this time.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Carbon Rod is a very good player, even though you wouldn't think he is on the game. He's a very, very effective player. And Nedved Flanders is a very good left winger. Obviously, both can play centrally as well, so in theory it should work. I do like the shape actually. It's something I've probably played at some point. I've played most formations on the game in the Swemp League. The interesting thing for me is Duff Man running up the middle.
Yeah, he's been doing it all season, hasn't he? And he's not been doing too badly.
He's very good wherever you put him. He does a job everywhere. He's an impressive young man.
Yes, yeah, got to be said. Mike saying he meant it as a comment grab because he's on first, but we're going to put his match on first as a result. Anyway, yeah, it's nice to see the leaders going out first in a round of fixtures. Jeff Whitley, of course, having a good season yet again.
Yeah, he likes to tackle. He's solid. Of a similar kind of ilk to Michael Appleton, who's out again.
Yeah,
I do like those players. The players that just like tackling. They're my favourite type of players in the game, I think.
And Ronaldo banished from the first team squad today after 1 goal in, what's that again? 1 goal in 5 games for the club this season, and terrible performances. Let's go on to Divisionale, and she's a bit worried about this one with the team though. But I mean, the formation kind of worked out last time.
I didn't see the last game. Is that what he played last time, is it?
He played the same formation, yeah, just some personnel changes in the middle of defence there. Jamie Victory's come in to start this time round. I don't think he played last game. We'll have a quick check on who it was at the back. Yeah, Moas, Tiernan and Collins, but Hanu Tiernan is out this time.
Yeah, he was impressive out last time out. He was impressive. He's got some decent players in there. He needs to be doing better than he has done so far, and I think he will do. Steve takes a lot of crap from people, but he's a good manager, and he's got some pretty shit players amongst some decent players. But there's enough there to get results. There's enough there to be mid-table.
And Quinton is matching General Smuts with his question about the 4 ATB. So Quinton, have you played 9 PM ATB? Wonderful musical reference there. Let's hope Steve doesn't come through this match.
On Claire's iPad.
There's some tribute. Anyway, prediction for this one amongst yourself and the chat.
It's a tough one. I think Sprungfeld might have too much for them, so I'm going to go 2-1 home win.
2-1 home win and some lovely colours. Mr. Wooder has joined the chat. Superb, good evening, Wooder. I suppose you're not bothered. Quinton, 2-2. Smuts, 2-0. Yes, Wooder.
Charming as always. Always making friends, that lad.
3-0 to Tato. 3-0 to... Team's wrong. Why are you saying team's wrong now? How's the team wrong?
It's too late, mate.
The team's wrong. I can actually restart it, can't I? If I did save it. But how can his team be wrong? It shouldn't be. Is it wrong?
I don't know, Dan. You tell me.
Wellens. I'm going to go to his thing. If I I'm sure Wellens wasn't in his first team. I can check it. But I was convinced it was correct. I'm happy to be wrong and get it sorted. Do-do-do.
Well, how do we know it's actually him?
Yeah, it's just Claire.
Just taking random instructions from some moggy.
No, Wellens is sub 5. Oh, Wellens for Shellstrom, sadly for Prosper. Oh, geez, sorry. Yeah, all these. I thought they were sub plans. You've put that setup. I thought they were subs. No, he wants to go for it. Right,
Well,
okay, let's get kicked off.
they can be subs, can't they?
They can be subs. I thought they were subs. Oh, lovely. Alan Partridge. Yeah, jeez. Anyway, oh, look at that. Shellstrom nearly scoring the opening goal, and he would have been gutted if Wellens had have turned up and passed it sideways. But anyway, he had a chance, and it's 0-0 so far, 35 minutes into this one. The attacking comes in from Divisionale, and then down the other end, a yellow card for Collins, who takes out Nedved. Hopefully there will be one in the back of the net tonight. It's been a decent first half in terms of a few chances, but actually, I don't know. Has it been good? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I thought it was alright. Just a quiet start.
Yeah, there weren't loads happening, but I think Steve will be happy with the performance so far. Is it Wellens and Martin he wanted on?
Wellens and Sadlier.
It would be interesting if he does that now. Who was it for?
They were for Shellstrom and Prosper. Anyway, so Elisa Debe there, 83%. I think he might possibly need to be withdrawn. Danny Murphy's on a 5. And we pop over there. We've got Rihilati, 85. Prosper on 87. Is that a fitness issue? It's a knee injury, so it'll be a good swap there. We got lots of Partridge quotes in the chat, so it's all good fun. Rihilati is lacking a little bit. Would you say the team will be happier at half time?
I think the away side will be happier because they're away and they're probably slightly worse on paper. So I think Steve will be happier with the two managers. Bleeding Gums Murphy is having a shocker.
Yeah, but he was never one of my favourite characters anyway. I can't say he was particularly great. Just waiting for Savage because Claire's alright till 60. I think what confused me in terms of the team submission is it was a screenshot of the previous match, and then I just read the bit about the defence because I noticed that there was a defender injured. So both managers are okay till 60 minutes. Let's crack on with that. It's an extender. Oh, jeez, what a table it was, that. It's 60 minutes already, and that is the direst first 15 minutes of the second half we've seen for quite a while. We go to Sprungfelt, and Elisa Debbie is now at 77%. I've
been waiting for a goal so I can shout "twat," but nothing's happened. So.
Yeah, we can't say "did you see that" or anything such like that. Prosper on 80, Rihilati on 81. But Prosper has at least been one of the better players in the team this game. He'd be in my team. Even though he got a 9 last time out, and you wanted to drop him. Questions?
Unbelievable.
Yes, it's been absolutely all of those, and Bruce as well, Smuts. All the Dyers at once. See which manager comes up with substitutes first of all. It could be I don't know. Go with it. Danny Dyer as well. The female Danny Dyer.
Before Steve comes to stay at my house, I think I might have to lock my iPad up as soon as we go around nicking Apple products
from children. It's his kid's iPad. Is Savage planning a novel? Is he trying to come up with a giant substitute? Lou for Lisa, he's not happy about it. I find it amazing how many people still think the petrol cap of a Ford Focus is offside rear. Just petrol station banter with Michael. That's what we need. Anyway, what was this? It was I can't even read it. It's Elisa Debe off and Louis Saha on. I don't think that's too bad. Quinton, you're a bit late with your Bruce Dyer comment. I made that one already. Sadlier for Prosper. I'm quite happy to do that one. Unless you want Sadlier to Prosper. Is that the plan? There we are. Oh, look at that Saha! What an impact substitute that is! And he has scored. And if Dimber could say, "Did you see that?" Because he didn't. Well, 1-0. And he just wants Sadly to
That
prosper.
was a goal.
So he subs out Claire, says Tato. We're 80 minutes into this one. And all we can say is that Claire has been more of an active manager than some in the divisions recently, so well done. And 92, look at that, Sprungfeld grinding out result after result at the moment, and Saha, the perfect impact substitute. But Lee Collins letting his side down, and it was the only shot. Well, there were 3 shots on target in the second half. 3 shots on target in that second half.
Yeah, I think the pace of Karlström was too leisurely, wasn't it, to be called quick. Uphill runs become power sappingly mundane, and overtaking Mike Duff became a long, drawn-out affair.
Look at a Diff Laundra there.
Not my words.
Oh, stop getting Swemp wrong. Diff Laundra at 8 tackles out of. Who were they the words of? Can you remember?
Top Chat magazine.
Whitley superb in the challenges again. Only a 7.
He deserves more than 7 there.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of tackles, a couple of key ones. Yeah.
Yet again, 5.
Nice good performance.
tackles.
I think Swungfeld are going to be a very difficult team to catch, especially for myself. But I think they've started off really strongly, and to be fair, he's bottled it and he's copped out a bit. There's so many players in the game that are called Lou and Ron and Ronaldo, sorry, and yeah, he's bottled it a little bit. So for that, you get doctor points, in my mind, Mr. Savage.
Oh well. I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, Lee Collins has won 5 tackles, and he's ended up on a 5. I don't really think that's an entirely fair rating. Maybe it's at least a 6 on that. I'm quite surprised the 5's there.
Well, yeah, those five missed tackles might have been horrific. You never know.
Just like they don't even count as fouls. The tackles, do they? Fouls. Yeah, fouls don't count as tackles. Yeah, that's it. So to miss 5, he could have just been rounded very quickly for a goal. You're absolutely right. Anyway, let's push on to game 2. We've got to play that one later because Fifey is not here yet. So we'll go to someone who is here. I've seen Swan for today, but that's it's Duggan's team, isn't it? Of course, yeah. We've got Quinton's here and Blues are not here, and they've not picked a team. So for today, there is a change to the team. It's a substitute change, I believe. Let's have a look at Wayne Carlisle isn't on the bench because they have another defender missing. So that's the only change that's been made there. And I suppose it's slightly weak in the fact that there's absolutely no centre back on the bench and no other centre back option in the team at all.
Yeah, it's a team that's full of players we all like, pretty much. There's a couple I've not played with before.
Barry Miller is one there.
Aristobal was in Smuts' team, wasn't he? So he must be free at the start or something, or very, very cheap from Portugal.
He is a free transfer, is Aristides as well. Yeah, he is the Colombian international. Played in the World Cup, I believe.
Oh yeah. He had the work permit soft, didn't he? That's right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, he's not one I've signed, but I don't cheat, so I probably couldn't sign him. Nunez is one that I've learnt about recently. He looks very good. So I will be playing a save where I can sign him, I think. Because he looks like he's a decent free signing.
He's done it.
And I just like a load of these players, and it's a strange one. They've not done very well so far, and if he's not going to turn up and put his team in, then they're not going to do any better, are they? Really? So, up the Fortuna.
Oh, the Fortuna. We'll have a look at the news. Clint Hill. That's it. Clint Hill's out for 3 weeks. That's where we've got the change for today. And like we say, there's 1, 2, 3 centre backs who are all missing for this game. And for Fortuna, something very different today for them, seeing a debut up front for Glendower Hughes. Something very different there. A player with absolutely no 20s for positions anywhere. He maximizes that way. He maxes out at 15 for any position.
Right. So is he forward or not? I don't get it. I don't get it.
He is. His best things come out as being attacking things, but 15 rather than 20 in those positions. Something very different. And
I just don't get how that would
risk.
work in the game engine. Like, how does that work? Like, how?
It's
how?
like a.
What if he was 14s all over, Dan? What would happen?
I think 14s would be alright. I don't know about anything else. I suppose you can be 0s. I'm going to try and see if put someone at 1 for everything and see what happens, or like 4, and give it a go.
It does sound like the kind of thing you would do. Yeah. You try it out. Let us know how it goes on.
Yeah, I'll probably experiment with it. I will. But yeah, Glendower Hughes is in the team. Bruno Cheru's one of those as well. He's got a maximum of 15 for a position, and he's not very good, is he? But Hughes could be a revelation. We'll have to see how he gets on. It's a decent team. They've been playing well this season. I think they're on 9 points. I think. Yeah, level on points.
I think they're overachieving so far. Quinton's got them playing some nice stuff, and I think they're one of the weaker teams. Maybe not the weakest. There's probably 3 or 4 that are weaker, but yeah, he's done well so far. And it's a great concept. Got to say that as well. Really good concept.
Yes, indeed. It's Edinho on the CM3. It was, yeah. I think it was CM3. It could be 99 2000. He was just a right. That was his position. He didn't have a position, so it'll be interesting to see what they do on this for that sort of thing. But he certainly just played on the right. We remember looking at. Was it in CM3, Quinton? Same game that Dan Alive from Grêmio had 5 caps, 5 goals for the goalkeeper, which was clearly an editor mistake there. It's not the same Edinho though, Claire. Unfortunately for you. Anyway, so Hughes. I think he just said auto recently. Yeah, you can tune. Yeah, CM3. Hughes at 18. And predictions for this one?
My prediction is it's sadly going to be a home win, even though I don't kind of want it to happen. I think it's going to be 2-1 to the Blues.
And we'll have to see how Glendower Hughes gets on. Anyway, so we've kicked off and very little's happening. What we got to 13th minute before anything happens. Horacio Peralta, or it should be Horacio Peralta. I imagine is probably how it would be. Great start there. Savage saying 28-0 is his prediction to Fortuna. A very positive prediction. A yellow card for Zeriberto. So both wide players there. Jojo taking one earlier, but Jojo must have made the assist, I assume, early on. And then Nakamura with a free kick for 2-0.
Yes.
Well, and Paulo Nunes pulls one back. 2-1 in the first half still. Kerr tripped over by Richie Wellens. And in the last few minutes before half-time, Kiko it is beaten Tybee and scored for 2-2.
First half.
And Wellens is sent off. And then, I think after he was sent off, I think he kicked the ball away. Well, Blues.
Sideways.
There we are. We just straighten up there. And they will just play in that position. In fact, no. That shouldn't be quite right there, should it? He should be there because they make no changes. So, and Aristizabal was sent off at the same time. They were
just a bit of a delay.
They were both sent off, and I believe it was kicking the ball away or something from Aristizabal that caused something.
Well,
we'll have a look at
if Wellens hadn't passed it sideways, he wouldn't have been able to get it, would he? That was the problem.
What a strange moment there at the end of the half. So
can we read the commentary for that, please?
Yeah, we have to.
That so we're revisited.
So Wellens clattered Giorgio, received card. A free kick was awarded. Nakamura lined up the free kick. Wellens kicked the ball away out and Aristide ball spat at Ejiofor. So
Some
Wellens could have
proper
a third
dangling
card.
behaviour going on there.
Quinton said it's the second time this season he's played 9 men, but he lost the last one. Oh yeah, because I had 2 players sent off, didn't I, against you? Yeah. That is just a weird first half. Match stats wise, 4 shots, 4 on target. It's been plenty of shots. We've had plenty of goals, so that's good. And Fortuna being totally outdone in the air. Looking at Blues, Wellens was pretty key to what's been going on for them, and now he's gone. Take a look at the Fortuna side.
Was it Nakamura who could bend it round the wall and through a bus window or something like that?
He's very, very good at free kicks.
A travelling bus, yeah. So I'm not surprised he scored. Glinder's not doing great, but he's probably looking for his position still. The boss, Paul Ince, is doing well. Yeah, it's a decent performance. And Taibbi in goal. Dan, he's a very, very reliable man. Look at the other goal. David Day's got a 5, so that's levels, isn't it?
Very, very reliable. Yeah, David Day, the old Fortuna keeper from last season. It might actually be the very same one that's transferred over as well. So Peralta off for GX, Jordi Aris. Peralta.
He's doing his old boss a favour then, because he didn't do that for Quinton last season,
He
did he?
did not. He was got to the final of Player of the Year, didn't he? In fact, did he win Player of the Year? I can't remember who actually won it at the end. Unless that was Jurgen Kohler. Anyway, so they both got to the final 4, I think. I think, is that the only sub? Steve now typing as Claire. Superb stuff. I think it's
amazing that they found it amazing that Steve. Well, there's a couple of things Steve lost when he lost weight. So one of them was his voice. And did you know he lost like a couple of inches in height because of the fat off the bottom of his feet went?
Is that a fact?
You know that?
Is that a fact, or are you making things up now for the...
No, I'm pretty sure. Well, it sounds like I'm making it up, and now I've said it out loud, I might have been, but I'm pretty sure that was a late night. No, I'm pretty sure that was a late night Zoom conversation we had at some point. It'd been me and Wood, me laying under the curtains to not wake anyone up.
Blues have kicked off the second half and scored, and make it 3-2 with their 9 men.
Confirmed there by Claire. He got short, so his feet shrunk.
There you go. And will we see Fortuna coming back from this? Hughes has had a bit of a nightmare in there, to be honest. Zeriberto at 82, I don't think he's injured. No, he's not. He just lacks a bit of energy. Jojo on the other side isn't injured either. Hughes off for Gilbert Mashangajike. So let's see how he gets on there. Hughes did not quite live up to how he was. And Jojo off for Xia Yao. So let's see what they'll do for the rest of the game. I'm guessing they're going to stay in the same positions, because sometimes you like to put players further forward at this time. Jojo can get out. Oh, not the Jojo comments again. They were pretty bad last time, weren't they? Was it last week?
I mean, I don't know how many people got so many JoJo references. I can, now I've read that out loud, I can, or read it in my head, sorry, I can hear the song in my head. But how are people instantly coming to that when they hear JoJo?
I don't know.
It was a very, very bad song many, many years ago.
Get Back by the Beatles is... Yeah, I thought he was a Claire. It
shows what I get up to these days. I automatically think JoJo and Gran from
JoJo and Gran, that's a superb program. Actually, it's not very good, is it? But
that's terrible.
No,
terrible.
They get on the bus on one episode. That's about it. An injury to Kiko. Kiko will be withdrawn. Palacios is the natural replacement there for him. And we push on with the rest of the game here. Still 3-2 to Blues. Fortuna not finding a way through, but going forward. Chance Zeriberto is sent off. Three
This
red
is
cards.
a very glitchy game.
Yeah, and we're going to see one of the attacking mids just going out wide, like Jordi Addis. Will he go out wide? I don't know what Roberto's done. Just two yellow cards, unnecessary. Giorgio, my man, baby. Oh, the amount of money spent at places like that. But it's got to be said that the clothes bags that they do actually quite well priced there at £6 or 2 for 10. That's pretty good. Arrows in from the wide men to the striker. There we go. What do you want the arrow on GX as well? There was an arrow there, so I'll put it on. Yeah, Giorgio or catcher. Like a Pro Evo name, innit? Last few
Well,
minutes.
the manager's pointed the way to the goal there, so if they don't know where it is now, then
They've
screw it
got
on.
they've got to score surely, but they are GX2. Yeah, that's good. We are less than 10 minutes from the end of this one. Blues still in the advantageous position. Justin Walker having a superb match. And the 19 players on the pitch. Taribo West makes it 4-2 and kills the game off there. 4-2 to Blues. Fortuna had one shot on target in the second half, I think, there. And that made a bit of a difference. Yeah, it was an interesting one, wasn't it?
That's pretty impressive considering got 9 men for 45 minutes. I like Mike Savage's point about Mushang having an orgy, so he's just stood there up front and everyone's poking him from behind.
Everyone's coming at him. Paul Ince did
Very
have a
unwell,
very good game,
yeah.
didn't he?
But yeah, you got to say that it's impressive from the Blues. Not that he did it because he didn't manage the team, but yeah, from the players on the pitch, it was very impressive. And Quinton will be very disappointed not to capitalise on that one.
Yeah, and it's such a shame that Kiko died, isn't it? There, down to 0. Terry Joe West stealing the Joe. Oh, these are getting worse. These are getting much worse. Yeah, Ince 11 tackles, one. Giorgio had done fairly well, but went off with a bit of just freshening things up, and he was on the yellow card. Zé Roberto missing coming up. I haven't seen Duggan, but Swan was here, and I'm going to play the game as it is because it's right time to play it. The Red West, they are off the mark on points.
Yeah, very very pleased for them. I think they're the people's team this year, which is good. I mean, it's a shocking formation, but he's just having fun with it, isn't he? So fair play to him. And as long as he scores a couple of goals, I think he barely had a shot on target for the first 2 or 3 games. So I like the fact he's actually attacking a little bit now, and hopefully get some goals and some key on or off, whether he is.
And yeah,
oh no, is she?
He's there. Now I am going to check that he hasn't meant to put him in, but I didn't see him in his team, and that's something that's worth checking, isn't it? Just to make sure. I didn't see him in his team. The Fred West Pacific, I think yes, it's this one. No, she's not in the team. In fact, it says she's dead, so she off. But
73%.
73%, yeah. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so into the game we go. Gondor have made just one change to their lineup from the team that made the cup final. In fact, it's just on the bench.
She's dead. She's not dead.
She's not. Office. There we go. So Kerniowan has come into the first team. Actually, he's come in to replace whoever was there before, and then we've got on the bench Carl Leeburn has replaced Leon Kelly. The player that was replaced in the first team was Palmodu Kar, who's now on the bench. Why is Fusini not a Badger? Yeah, I don't think he was put in the Badgers team this season because it was a joint sort of squad there, wasn't it? So, do you like the look of the Gondor side?
I mean, I don't have a clue who half of them are. There's a few people I do like, though. Ricky Banjo, is it?
Ricardo. Ashley Banjo. Yeah,
Bango.
Ricardo Bango. There he is. He's okay. I mean, when you look at the versatility of the
Let's
players
hope
like
nothing.
Batata.
Let's hope nothing snaps for him if he's running up and down. Um, Sam Pam's an interesting name.
Yeah, this
Sounds like some
season,
kind of yeah.
Sampam Junior.
Oh, Sam Pam Junior, Sam Pam Senior must have been some guy to name his son Sam Pam Junior.
And Baron, the
I,
player who's
I
very,
don't I
very
don't know them, so I
versatile.
can't. It's hard to comment. It's hard to comment on the team, but I love Swan, and I love the fact that he lets some people just pick some random players.
Like Schwenk.
He's he's got the gist of the league, which is to have some fun with it. So yeah, I'm pleased, and for that reason, I want them both to get points. So I want it to be 2-2.
2-2. Well, let's get it going. Because I think we're a little bit slow on the time for tonight. So I'll put a bit more speed into some of these games coming up. It's been fun in the chat though so far. Fun on the socials. Ham Cam, the team, yeah. Sam Pamatoreno, whatever they're called, in Norway. 15 minutes in, there have been some chances. Tato's going for 3-1 to Gondor. Will we get a first goal? It'll be the excitement if we can. But the team's very, very evenly matched so far. Diop scores again. I think that's 3-3 from Diop, and he again for the second time in 2 league games scores the opening goal. It's become a running joke because he's doing it. It's very much Gondor now attacking. Kawaguchi's making some decent saves. Chris Perry's had a chance, and I think that was Batata coming close. It could have been Baron. And half time, here we are. That looks pretty solid for Gondor, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's impressive. They must have a few better players than I imagined because, yeah, I didn't think they'd be pulling out that many shots on target and dominating like that. So yeah, it's impressive stuff. It's really bad from the Red West though. I think I mean, it's all fun and games, and if you don't like losing every week, so maybe Duggan needs to stop playing a weird formation. But yeah, well played to Gondor. I think they'll probably close it out from here. It'd be surprising if anything else happened now.
It's quite likely, isn't it, that they should be able to do that job. Just in case Swan's still here, I'm going to his team here. Diop and Aragon will be 2 substitutes that we're quite likely to be making a bit later on. But yeah, Diop not got the attributes, but certainly got the ability at the moment. And Aragon living up to kind of being a fairly decent player. Over to Red West Pacific. Duggan is he's not huge on subbing for no reason, is he?
No, I mean he doesn't know who his subs are. So if he was here,
Sunji High's there at least, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother.
George Best Specific, what a team that would be. Yeah, I can't see. Swan was here. Can't have gone within 40 minutes, surely. Maybe he has. Maybe he's thought this game's going to take forever.
I know he often has to dip in and out because he did message me the other day saying he was on and he had to leave.
Yeah. Well,
so I don't think he's always able to watch the full show.
We shall get to 60 minutes and we'll make the subs. He always gives permission for me to sort some things out. It's 2-0. Kernia it is who scored. So looking superb there, Gondor. They are dominant in the attacks here. Going off, Fifey has arrived. It's 3-0 and Diop again with the goal. Well, how good is that? So good evening, Fifey. 5 for Seo Jong-won. I mean, we've got to take him off, don't we? Yellow card on a 5 at 80%. We'll make that one change there for them. On the right hand side, if they have a sub, there we are. Yoon Jong-hwan to come on. Just the one change, you reckon? Without she in the team?
No idea who the subs are, so I'll leave that one with you, mate.
I think it's probably best to...
I mean,
Choi.
I always like to have loads of Lees on the pitch, so you could bring another Lee on.
Lee
Being my Christian name.
So, where's Yu Sang? Yeah, we'll take off Yu Sang Chul then. We'll bring on Lee Min Sung. and just switch them over that way.
Perfect.
There we are. For Gondor, Diop, 77. He's only lost 5%. He's not injured. He just started at 93. That's why. And Aragon started at 92. So let's have a little look. We'll withdraw Aragon because Diop's on a hat trick, and bring on Kenny Lunt. It's time we see Kenny, isn't it? And I would bring Sam Pam on, but let's not risk anything. So 3-0. Diop. He's looking for a hat trick. Will he manage to do something? These are just bizarre. And oh well, Chris Perry's gone off. Chris Perry has gone off, and Sam Pam will come on now in that position. There are plenty of other people that can come in, but let's put him in there. Just half watching the Red West Pacific score. I'm watching it from the stats of thingy, aren't I? Which is a bit strange. Fusini has a chance to score. At least Haidong Hao has scored for Red West Pacific, but Gondor are going to be moving closer to the other sides in the league table. I don't think they're going to be moving up anywhere, but 3-1 it is, a good win, and Diop now has 4 goals in 5 games for the team. What a great season he's having.
Yeah, it was decent. Yeah, it's not great from the Fred West, is it? But I'm pleased for Swanee because he was fucking tripe last year, wasn't he? So it's nice for him to have an half decent team this season.
Bottom of the
without
league
even
last
trying
season.
to either. Right.
Red West, they dropped with a couple of 5s, and an Army dropping to a 5 is quite a rare one there. He's been having at least a better season than that one. Haidong Hao scoring his first goal and getting off the mark there could be a change. He might get 3 by the end of the season. And then, Chris Perry down to 38%. He has suffered some form of knee problem, and
I think he's strong mentally, so he'll recover from that, won't he, Steve?
Yeah, he's got the mental attributes that come straight back. And Red West, as Mike says, they have an assist, and Cheng Yin Wu is going to be on the assist list for this season. Wow, they've got one. Superb. Grove and Boston.
Cheng Weng.
Massive match, this one. If we looked at Boston last time, beaten by Gondor in the Cup semi-final from 2-1 up. But a few changes for this one. Montella is injured. And in midfield, we've got...
A shame. What a shame.
It is a shame, isn't it? And Kotzer and Firmani have joined the first team there, along with, I think, Flacky's come in up front. Mike's already going 0-0 for this one. It is a good team. It's a very strong side.
Yeah, I'm not overly familiar with a lot of them, but I know from clicking through a few of the players that they've got some strong players, and he likes a certain type of player, that's Greasy, and they're the type of players that don't let you down on this game very often. So he'll be very consistent. And my boy Christian's at right back as well. So
23 million of him.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bit of a mistake, that, wasn't it? But at least no one's mentioned it.
I think it went through it. Did it go through at 13 in the end? I don't think it says 23 next to him.
What happened was Ryan had to buy him for like 13 million and then buy one of Duggan's reserves for 10 million, then send him back for 0. So I did pay the full amount, just not
to make it realistic.
One transaction. Yeah, it was a bit of a bent transaction.
That was an extra transfer. That's an extra transfer. And we pop over to the opponents, to Grove. How many of the Red West team defecting to the Philippines to work on chat roulette? Oh dear. What a story that was the other day from Wooder, it's got to be said. What a story. Anyone who didn't watch it, what we're looking at, 17 hours into the 24 hours of streaming.
I missed that one, so I'll look forward to hearing it properly.
I'd listen again, to be honest. I would listen again. Grove, yeah.
What's the full lot?
Oh yeah, let's get on to it. But to be honest, it was superb. 24 hours. It's I would listen to a lot of that again. It was absolutely superb for an amazing cause as well.
My wife thinks I'm absolutely mental for getting out of bed at 3:30 in the morning to join a Zoom chat. Um, and she might be right, but I'm pleased I did it because even though I didn't contribute anything to the day, really, at least I joined in a bit, and I felt like I needed to support Smuts. I wasn't expecting like 8 people to be on the call, though. To be honest, if I'd have known that, I might have just stayed in bed.
Smuts is really commenting highly of you for that last hour. So the girl.
Oh, I was on for over 3 hours. So you suck a donkey dick. The 2 hours, first 2 hours are decent then.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was all superb. The bits that I didn't see. So Stu playing his W anchor formation, and yeah, it's looking. It's a good team, isn't it? They've dropped a third striker in favour of having a centre midfielder there. D'Alessandro comes into the attacking mid, and dropping out of the first team, it is Jermaine Defoe. I think that is Gregory Vignal on the bench, and Lauren starts as the third centre back.
Yeah, it's good because it's a bit of a coastal team anyway. Portsmouth, isn't it? Anchors in the dock, so it's just a very suitable formation for them, and they've got some good players. I'm not sure about Anderton and Taylor's the wing backs, but
Darren Anderson this season,
some of them players down the middle are good.
5 assists from Anderson. He's found his calling. And to say that
Right
he goes
wing
off
back,
injured a lot, yeah.
If he lasts, I suppose, yeah.
Taylor's in because Finnan is missing today. He's suspended as well, so Taylor getting a rare start.
Why does Lauren Mabey not get a look in? Just out of interest, he's not even on the bench.
I don't know if it's his personal stuff there. I'm not entirely sure. It's a good question. Stu's here, so he's also telling you to leave sick note alone. Gregory Vignal. Yeah, I know that we haven't done the squad numbers probably at Grove this season because there was no proper thing, but Vignal was better 27 than 5. Predictions?
With no Montella, it's going to be closer. I'm going to say 1-1. That's my prediction, 1-1.
1-1. Let's get it going. And I suppose we've had Grove going forward straight away, but they're still attacking. Barosh with a chance, and then down the other end, I think Zowli is very, very hard to stop scoring. So if they can stop him scoring today, they have a good chance of getting a result here, Grove. But he's one of the top scorers in the entire league, both divisions, up there with Nicky Ferenko. But he's had a yellow card now, and this is one way to stop him, just getting sent off. We've got Fifey prediction 2-1 for Boston, Tato going 2-1 for Grove. It's looking like it's going to be a tense affair, definitely. Teams are finely balanced. A couple of yellow cards going in. We've got Lauren taking one as well. Smerteen started off very well. He's the current best player on the pitch. And it is a goal for Scarchilli, though. Scarchilli, who started the game at 88%, and Patrick Berger equalises just before half time. It's certainly livened up a little bit. And will there be a third goal? Torricelli coming close, and Baldini has missed the target, and we go into the break. Plenty of shots, but not the best accuracy.
Yeah, there's more action than I was expecting. Pretty decent first half, and it's very close. I think Boston just edging it, as the stats probably say there. Shit in the air, a Grove look, 21% of headers, that's Churchtown like.
It's like Leathersford last night as well, without Ronaldinho winning any headers. It's been alright, hasn't it? Lauren's been winning 5 key tackles so far. That's fantastic for a player who's not actually a centre-back. Doing well. Anderton looks potentially injured here. Berger is the king.
He always looks potentially injured, but 84% is pretty good for him, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing okay, but he definitely is injured. For Grove, for Boston, Torricelli's carrying an injury. Scarchilli probably isn't. He's not. They'll be going to 60 minutes because I haven't seen Greavesy in the chat. But Anderton off for Sean Davis. Sounds like a fair change. Is he going to go to centre back, or is he going to stick with? I suppose you'd keep Lauren there, wouldn't you? Doing what he's doing, despite being on the yellow card.
Yeah, he's doing very well there, so I wouldn't move him. Davis can play there. He's not bad there.
No, he's all right. That's it, isn't it? I think looks like that will be it there for the changes. Did we check Boston out? We didn't check them out very much, did we? Winning lots of headers. David Day says he won a header, but I assume that's some kind of cross court or whatever he's done there. Yeah, it's been alright for them, hasn't it?
Yeah, Panucci's looking absolute diamond, isn't he? Look at him. Doing everything you need to do at right back. Yeah, it's been a close game. I think it's going to be another tight second half as well. But the way it's going, you'd expect Boston to maybe nick one.
We shall see. And let's get on to the second half, getting towards 60 minutes. I think Stu will be pleased that he's able to see today's game. They've been playing well. It's time for Dario Silva, surely. Dario Silva, who so far 4 sub appearances and 3 goals. He's usually primed for a 60-minute substitute. And Yakov, yeah, that's an insult, is it? I don't know. So that's the change. Will there be another one? Smerteen down to 83. Yeah, he's got a potential groin injury there. I'll have to have a little look and see how that is. If anyone wants to check out Smerteen's groin, if you want to make another sub, go ahead. And I think in terms of these, with Smerteen coming off, we will do that one as well. Manighetti for Torricelli, do you think, to preserve Torricelli from injury?
Yeah, there's also a 78% of there as well. If you want
He
to
started at 88, so he's not
fair
injured. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that. He started him low. Would you bring Manighetti on for Torricelli, or would you just keep going? What if you were knowing Greavesy?
I would keep going personally. Right. I don't think Greasy would make the sub.
That's fine. Then I will stick with that one.
Yeah. With it being so tightly positioned in the match.
Smerteen off for virginal vigilance. He can go on. Virginal vigilance is something that everyone needs to make sure they're protecting. And Vignal now playing out wide, and Taylor in defensive mid.
I found a rape alarm in the garage at the weekend. If anyone wants it.
Oh, while clearing things out, is that?
Yeah. Getting to the bottom of drawers that I didn't know existed.
Yeah, it's I'm glad I'm not doing that currently. But need to find a house now to move into. It's 1-1 this time to go.
Are we moving again? Surely not.
We're only renting at the moment, so we'll have to see how things go. But we got 8 minutes left of this game, and with this,
always fucking moving, you.
Been moving since I started playing this, definitely. 92 minutes. Will we get a winner? Dario Silva so close, but no. 1-1. Decent result there for both teams. Smerteen man of the match in the hour that he played, and both goalkeepers making plenty of saves.
Yeah, I predicted 1-1, so I'll take the 5 bonus points in the Super 6.
Sean Davis has done all right as a substitute.
Yeah, he can play there. He's decent. He's a Churchtown lad, so nice to back the boys. I think he's a good player, and he can play right wing back. Smerton will be a big miss if he's injured, because I think he's basically what holds that team together. Without him, they look a lot weaker. So, yeah, I think that's a fair result, really. Fair result, and it's probably good for the chasing pack as well. If anyone wants to catch those top people, they need to start dropping points. So that's probably a good result for the rest of the league.
I'm being offered houses now. Yeah, seven tackles won, 7 key tackles from a player who isn't even a centre back. That is a tremendous defensive performance there from Lauren. Firmani's won 5 tackles out of 10. He could have been beaten terribly. He didn't get a 5. He ended up with a 7.
Yeah, sometimes the ratings are just screwed, aren't they? But there's got to be something else behind it. It's not just as simple as those numbers equal the rating. Who knows? But yeah, it's Frankie Koza. I didn't realise he was playing. That's good. I want to quote one of his songs, but did he ever release one?
I don't know. I really can't remember what he did. Someone else will know this. Interesting that Mike put out a lovely Simpsons clip about Grove versus Boston tonight, and on it, with the referee's gun, it says 1-1, and that's exactly the result that it turned out to be. So it was obviously an omen.
Was?
Tato, what are you giving my cat? Probably less than 5 years, but we'll have to see what's happening from.
About 2 inches more than you probably.
Fifey's here for Flamingo's Mega Horse. We'll play the game now. So anyway, Harry Kewell has been offered a new contract. In that position, Cambiasso also been offered a new contract, and Furies is Fifey. Barry Ferguson captaining the side today from defensive mid, and a 4-1-3-2 that's exactly the same as Boston have done by moving the middle one to the attacking mid position with an arrow.
Yeah, the formation's fine. He's messed it up though, hasn't he? Because he's got like 11. He's got 11 like Super League quality players within his squad, but you can't put a good 11 out with it because they're not when you're playing 4 at the back anyway. So he's got no real right backs. He's got 1 left back and like 2 centre backs in the whole squad or something. So he's properly messed it up. In terms of squad building,
forgetting about the two at the back wasn't allowed. Is that what it was about?
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, he's messed that part of it up. But he's got enough quality on the pitch to be able to win most games. So yeah, I'm pleased to see Invincible playing in midfield as well.
Yeah, lovely to see him.
We hear enough about him, so it'd be nice to see him playing.
And time to dissect my team, which of course has it's got Iger still out for 2 months. We've got Echendu with 2 games to go, Jurgen Kohler 3 games to go, and Stefan Beinlich with 6 games to go in terms of absences. So plenty of players missing, and the team today with some holes. The defence a bit weaker, but at least Chihon played well last time out.
Yeah, it's your usual formation, isn't it? And it's done you well so far in the season and a bit that we've played. Again, I'm not overly familiar with a few of these players. I think I've managed Moses in the middle. I've managed him as a DMLC. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, he plays well all across the midfield positions.
Yeah, he's decent. Hoare on the left is good. Collusion is good. I'm not familiar with the rest of them. I mean, is Koch? Is he at the same club as Grazamides, whatever his name is?
Kaiserslautern.
Yeah, I'm just thinking I did a network save, and I think they're both those players.
Kaiserslautern for the 2 of them.
Yeah, so he was actually really good. Yeah, he was really good.
He just didn't play well in his only league game before this one, but I didn't expect he'd get a 5, to be honest.
Yeah, when you play 3 centre backs, it's always a possibility, even if you've got good players there. But yeah, I think it's a nice attacking formation. It's got some decent players in it. I love the colours, which is a bit of a soundboard quote, but I do love these colours.
This is the colour that I actually created myself.
Yeah, and only you would have thought of doing that. I didn't realise until you mentioned that you could create your own colours in the editor. So it's something I might do in the future. But yeah, it's just typical that you've found even more new things to do in the editor.
I knew what colour I needed. It needed to be exact Mega Horse blue / green, and there we are. I think I can't remember. It's like wands and things. I know the exact colour in hex code as well. Hildebrand making his debut, and I've got to say that's a mistake that I made there in terms of making his league debut. By the time it got to 9 o'clock last night, my team was in, and I'd forgotten to put Simon Jench back in goal, but. As you do.
I love how strict you are with yourself. Like no one would ever notice, but you still punished yourself like some kind of weird sadomasochism.
It's not actually cyan. It's not actually cyan. It's I think it's aqua. I think is what it's called. Yeah, I have to punish myself. I have to make sure that I stick to the rules there. So there we are. If I'm telling other people that if it's late, then I've got to do that. swap it. No, I'm not swapping
different
it. Don't
colour.
worry. Don't worry. Yeah, in the away kit today, this is actually the third kit. This is the third kit because the away kit is last season's Stackington colours, and this is the third kit being used today. Yeah, I'm not swapping it, Fifey. I made the decision, so I decided to stick with what I've got. But anyway, let's go. And Fifey predicts you 3-1 to Mega Horse. He's been very negative about his team. What about you?
The home side looks too strong, so it should be a home win. So I'm going to go with a sensible prediction and say 3-1. But then it's Fifey managing, isn't it? So yeah, you probably win it.
Tropical Birdland, the scene for this game. I suppose, yeah, Fifey says his team can't defend, but I mean, if Woodgate and Addo in the middle this time, it is pretty strong. And so far, Tato is going for 2-2 on this one. Stu's loving the argument over blue, which, yeah, it's we can all rise to that one, definitely. It's yellow card for Thomas Chihon in the early stages, and Ulf Kirsten taking a card as well. With tonight's cards that we've been receiving, there could be any sort of thing happening. And Mega Horse's discipline is not superb this season in any way. 3 teams who've got so people commenting on my awful joke. It's 0-0 at half time. Only Kaluzhny with anything to celebrate from Mega Horse, and Jonathan Woodgate is running it at the back. Wow. Oh, should we just get on with the second half? Should we just see what Fifey says? And yeah, do you want to make a sub, Fifey? That was awful.
Well, you've got them pens on the lockdown, haven't you? Your mother will be proud.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah.
What a surprise! Kieran Dyer shit at right back.
We've trapped him in a
Who would have
Simon
thought?
Webb. Fifey wants to get it over with, and for myself, yeah, we'll get to 60 minutes and see what to do from that point. But it wasn't the best start. Horse crossing to Kirsten nearly resulted in a goal. It's been a combination that's worked really well so far this season, but slowed down a little bit recently. Going forward, Jonathan Woodgate, I think it was, with a big run and shot there. And subs are on the way, and Etu scores just before the substitutes. So here we are, 1-0. And in terms of rating, in terms of fitness, Etu's 86. He's got a potential knee injury, probably scoring at that point. It might be RGB 0255255. I can't remember exactly. I could probably find out what it is. Anyway, that's for Fifey to have a look at his substitutes. And for Mega Horse, I'll be making some form of change. 84 for Kirsten. Is he carrying some kind of knock? He isn't. QL for Diaz is going to be happening on the opponents. I think we will make one change and hope for something here. Well, we're going to make 2 changes. Sebastian's going to come off for Villy, and also we will see Kirsten withdrawn for Burma, which then allows for the changes like that. There we go. Yuskoviak up front. So change QL for Diaz looks like the only change that's going on there. So QL's going to play at left back.
What has Fifey got against a good fullback? If you're going to play fullbacks, just play fullbacks.
Half an hour to go. Mega Horse kicking off. That's probably one of the most positive things they've done this game. I don't know if they're certain to score. I'd like them to be, but it's been some good saves there from Mark Goodlad. May come into the rescue of his side. Just over 15 minutes to go, and Yuskoviak scores his second in 2 games, and he does get the goal. I think Woodgate had his shirt, was pulling a shirt then, unless he had his shirt pulled. 5 minutes to go.
Did Fifey realise he was 1-0 up when he put Harry Kewell at left back there? Like, did he realise?
Well, he can celebrate the point now. Eto, man of the match. Absolutely nobody in the first team getting an 8 for Mega Horse. Burma, as a substitute, did a good job. They took, both teams had 2 shots on target the second half. Wow, well done. And Eto, man of the match, did a good job. Barry Ferguson, assist from Brugging, Jonathan Woodgate doing all right. Yeah, they've done well, haven't they?
Yeah, they need to do better though. Come on, sort it out. But I mean, Ferguson's always going to play well, unless he's always going to play well, isn't he? It's very rare that he doesn't, even at DMC, which Fifey's proved that point before that he can play there.
Play there on that.
But I think it's the better performance from your guys, even though you've not played well. Look, you've 6s and 7s all over the place, and you've still got a point at a very tough side.
And then Burma setting up Juskoviak for the goal, and just waiting for the defence to come back to normal. Echendu and what's his name, Kohler, to come back into the team would be good. But the immovable object, unstoppable force, the wonderful team of Mega Horse. That's supposed to be what it is. I've just finished off your works there. So Dangley's Badgers, we have 2 games to go. Yep, 2 games to go, which isn't too bad at this time of day. Badgers looking for, well, I mean, that was a good result, wasn't it, last time round? A 3-1 win over Boston, superb result. And changes today are only in terms of, I think they've dropped to a defensive mid. I think they had 3 players in central midfield positions and have gone for a defensive mid this time.
I mean, I'm not keen on that. They've got some very good players, and I'm sure they'll still do okay tonight. But it's not what I would be putting out.
Yes,
it's a bit weird when you got joint managers and you're taking it a turn and a game at a time, and you can struggle to kind of get any kind of consistency going. But I suppose it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? And they've got their 2 favourite players, one of each, Carlos Jackson, Lyle Rayhead in centre mid.
Some
Zizi Roberts
good players in there. And I do
know
some
very good players.
Tato has asked for Macera off the bench and Collins on, and that was messaged at 8:45 last night. Absolutely, so he can definitely do that. That was my fault for not checking that there. Because they're not really taking it in turns too much. It's been kind of an as and when kind of thing, I think.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing a decent job. I mean, it is interesting these 2 players playing in centre mid, but it worked last game, so can it work again? There's got to be the question there. There's definitely hope for them. It's definitely hope, and it's been going pretty well this season. For Dangley's, so they've had to make a couple of changes to the team. They're missing John Terry, Tony Adams, Lee Boyer, and Adrian Mutu now, so it's just mounting up a little bit. And there we are with today's lineup, which sees Javier Antonio Flores in the team. Was he a murderer?
I'm not sure. I was just thinking, actually, it's a shame for Wooder that more good quality defenders didn't commit heinous crimes. Some more like wife beats. We need some more wife beating or some murder or something from some better centre halves, because he's struggling at the back, isn't he? But apart from that, he's got some very talented players in there.
Creative.
The Giggs Riziki Merson is very strong. Tofton will kick and punch everything near him. I've played alongside Gary Croft. He was one of the first. I think he was the first professional player to play with a tag on.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, he owns an estate agents now. So that's nice, isn't it?
Oh, lovely. Is it called Crofts?
It is.
He also has
estate
a
agent.
dog show, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Just a quick look here. Posma on the bench, and it was a superb team announcement with the Posma just in the background of the starting lineup. There, it was lovely. Fifey's impressed with your comment. And are you going to tell
I'm
me
just saying,
it's
just a shame, isn't it? I know Wood would have been behind that, so that's what I'm saying.
I think what we need to know about tonight is what was Steve's brunch like the other day? Did he have a good time? That's got to be the question we need to ask. Flores.
Well, he had about 5 pints while having his brunch, so he must have been okay. I think he got his end away as well. So, but he did say he did say there was one too many hash browns, which I think he was talking about the brunch.
I'm sure there's never too many hash browns.
Well, this is what we said. This is what we said, but apparently three was too many for him. I mean, for me, you can replace every item on there with hash brown. I'd just have a plate of hash browns.
I always get a
And I'd be
second
happy.
with my McDonald's breakfast. That's what I do. I get a second one. Predictions anyway. How many hash browns will I have tomorrow? I mean, what will the score
Well,
be?
interesting to say that it's my day in the office tomorrow, and that usually is combined with a trip to McDonald's on the way. So I think I'm
I'll
going to
do
have two
after
tomorrow
nursery
morning as
drop-off.
well. You've inspired me. You're changing my mind on that one.
We're all
I
Mike's
think
with
it's
us as well.
Badgers win.
Badgers win.
Badgers win just because the Danglers are bastards.
Well, the start has been positive for. Well, they both came out of the blocks, to be honest. Hash browns, no, that's not a code. Not in my case, anyway. You can never have too much. Cabello with the opening goal. 2 hash max for Fifey. That's just, you can't just go for double hash. Well, you can if that's all there is, but 1-0 Badgers. At the moment, Jonathan will get him in a nightmare rather than the superb performance he had for Flamingos last game. Lee Hughes with a chance, Chilavert making a save. And at the moment, it's pretty tense, but Badgers holding out. The ball coming forward, an offside call stops that first attack. And then Rosicki as well with chance of penalty turned down. Was that going into half time? Chance for a second Rayad it was. And no, it's still 1-0 Woodgate, drops back down to that 5. Dangley's having more shots and Badgers having more goals.
Yeah, I mean, 2 hash browns is not enough. I'm not having that 2 max. Come on. In terms of the match, it's Badgers haven't been very good, but they are winning.
To Mrs. Smuts inviting high five around for hash browns. The code. Oh,
She's a pregnant lady, you dirty animal.
Anyway, Paul Merson, he's lacking a bit of fitness there at half time. This is like when Alf was talking about that Ian from Haggis was dating Alf's own nan who he used to go out with himself. Weird.
Which then quickly changed into his own nan, which would have been horrific.
Yeah, it started off as Swan's nan and turned into his own.
I mean, she's probably been gone since the 50s.
Oh, Alf was superb on commentary the other day.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the 15 minutes I listened to. It was very, very good commentary.
Yeah, he's got to come back later in the season. Got to come back. Tato, have a quick look at your team there. I mean, you probably want to, conditions are myths, so you might as well ignore that second last column. Any changes? Don't know. It's been quite a kind of an average performance, but with the goal. So
yeah, they didn't do much, but they've got good, exciting players going forward, so they've managed to create something out of it.
Oh, he said as is for now, hasn't he? They both said, yeah, exciting players going forward. Tato has already said as is, and I'm waiting for him to say something, but he's not going to. Roberts has put one just off target. He's due a goal, isn't he? Easy Roberts at some point. Almost there.
He only takes pens, doesn't he?
And headers, penalties and headers.
Headers and pens.
Yeah. Tato definitely noticing.
Yeah,
that.
so
Totally missed
Tato's
it.
struggling because Tato can't do the player instructions, so he can't have everyone and the keeper crossing the ball. So Zizi don't know what to do. Zizi's just going around heading advertising boards at this point.
Paul Merson at 78. Anyone going to be making a change for them? And for Badgers, there's no change for Wooder. And I mean, we'll probably look at these players. Maybe Carlos Jack's carrying an injury, and Cabello isn't. Will they be making a change? I think
Condition
I
is a
would be
myth.
taking Carlos Jack's off. I'd be taking him off. He's at 6. He's potentially injured. He's on a 6. I think for me, but Tato knows what he's doing. He's winning. Like Jack's off for Hersey.
No, you said no. Oh no,
Scott says, "Do not take it
sorry.
off." Tato says, "Yes." I won't press go until we see what happens here. Do not take. Scott, good evening, Scott. Is this? Hang on. What? It's easier. Right. Hang on. What? Are we doing all these three, or am I having to then cancel off and
I
let's let
mean,
them argue?
confusing this, isn't it?
What's wrong?
Are
We've
you
not
supposed to
programmed
know who's in
breakfast.
charge, or have they let you know beforehand? I mean, come on,
Tato picked the
guys.
team.
Guys, come on.
Yes, do horrific subs. Well, we shall see. Wood has not bothered. Kyle scores. It's disallowed though. Oh, they'd scored to put the game beyond doubt, and then good win Wooder already called from Scott. Oh, we're just a few minutes away from seeing the Dangley's equaliser, according to Scott, and then we'll be getting another goal later on. So at least we've got things to look forward to here. But we're just honestly, we're 6 minutes away from full time. Still 1-0. Chance for Kevin Kyle again. Down the other end, will there be an equaliser in the last minute or so? The Badgers hold out for the victory. All sevens for the subs, not too bad. Centre backs on fives. Probably had nothing to do in that second. They had stuff to do. They did have stuff to do.
Yeah, what's he done to my Willie Vialli on a five? I don't think he's very good first season though. He can be a bit shaky in the first season, which his save obviously is.
Scott up the Badgers. There he is. Yeah, he's I can't work out William Vialli because he looks superb, doesn't he? In terms of, I don't know what he actually looks like, but in terms of his attributes, he's a very very strong player. But then again, not seen a lot
He
from him.
gets he gets very very good second and third season. He can have very 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 high stats, but and he does usually perform to be. He's quite consistent. He's doing well for the Churchtown this year, considering we're not that good. Yeah, so on mine, I think he's got like positioning 20 and tackling 18 or something like that. So he does get very good. And to get a five from Ugo, I mean, you know how hard that is to do.
Yeah, it's a talent, isn't it, to be able to get that, to achieve that from him. So well done. There's a lot to celebrate there for Badgers. And for Danglies, of course, we had a look at them, and they've not performed badly. You know, it's a whole load of sevens. Stu, it's time for another beer. Of course it is. You can go and grab one. There's one more match to go in this for tonight. See, we're 9:20. We started. Sorry, 10:20. We started at 9:02. Not bad at all for time, is it tonight?
Well, I'm not happy because I had one beer in the fridge and it's a little red can of Estrella, which is my beer of choice at the moment.
Damn good. Yeah.
And at about 4:30 p.m., my wife got it out of the fridge, cracked it open, took a sip, and she thought it was a can of Coke Zero. So my only can of beer has been open since 4:30 this afternoon, and I've drank it, but it wasn't great. She ruined it for me.
Oh. Lovely can of Coke.
I could do with Mr. Fan. I could do with Mr. Fanson to deliver me some to Grimsby, please.
Yeah, only one can. I think in the house, I think I've got somewhere about 20 at the moment. Different things. But,
yeah, would you a big shop? Would you a big shop?
Do a big shop. A Grove Imperial Stout might as well do. Any form of different flavours involved in that, or is it just a standard Imperial? It'd be nice all the same. Anyway, so Pelham, not a bad team, is it?
Yeah, we're pretty good, aren't we? I mean, I bought Clive in today, even though he's the weakest of my strikers, just because I love him so much. I'm determined to get him at least one goal. Tony Thorpe's back, which is a big plus because my AMCs are pretty decent and he's better than what was in their last game. I've dropped 2 into defensive midfielder because I wanted to combat the 3 Swedish shitbags running from the middle for Smuts' team. Apart from that, Big Bob and Dean Gordon, who's got a massive cock, doing the business last week.
He certainly
Got
did,
two
didn't
goals
he?
already. Yeah, he was absolutely great when he came to us in the twilight of his career. He was amazing. So a big fan of his, and yeah, and just Vance Warner never actually really played for Grimsby. I think he came on loan for like 4 games, and he was pretty terrible. But because he's good on the game, he gets in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and why not?
Zhang Yanhua was an absolute legend. Came in as the Chinese captain and over 100 caps for China, and he absolutely loved the place. He scored a couple of goals. We were paying him like 12 grand a week when the rest of the squad was on about £800 a week for some reason. And he had a son born in Grimsby. I think
All
he
right.
actually named. I think if I'm right, he put the middle name was Grimsby. I think.
Not Alan Buckley. Didn't
Yeah.
name it that.
But yeah, it's a team. The idea behind this year was just a team I can fully get behind, because last season I had the likes of Kili Gonzalez and players like that who I hated from minute one, just to fit into my concept. And this year I just thought I'll get a team together which is all right, probably one of the weaker
And
in the
enjoy
league,
them.
but at least I can enjoy every moment, and every point is celebrated, every goal is celebrated more
Yeah.
than I ever did with East Coast.
It is a very enjoyable. I mean, I enjoyed East Coast last season, to be honest. Quick look in the chat there. Yeah, 18,000 bottles of German stuff in the warehouse. And is that the Steve Wright brunch, or is it the 10 less? I can't look at which one it was. Peanut butter caramel marshmallow stout. There's a good Brew York peanut butter caramel and marshmallow stout. I don't know if you probably had that one, Stu. To be honest, but it's very nice, and Smuts likes caramel, so that's good news. Lovely.
I
And
didn't know that. He announced that to us earlier, so yeah, we'll
that's very
incorporate that
good.
into some sex games when he comes up to Grimsby.
Oh, he's got the Brew York stout there. Yeah, fantastic. I need to get one of those myself at some point again. Very nice. Aussie's Dream full strength team today, and that's the full strength team. It's the only team that he wants to be able to play. He's very very lucky to manage it for most of the season so far.
Yeah, very lucky, and he's overachieved already with his whatever how many points he's got. Is it 4 points he's got already or something like that? He's already
Probably
overachieved.
more than
Aye,
that.
aye.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's
Yeah,
just
most
four.
of this team is absolutely terrible. I see the big tactical decision for him is whether to put little arrows on the fullbacks or not. That's his big dilemma when he's picking the team. He's gone with the arrows today, which is nice to see.
Yeah, arrows perfectly. I'm just
Yeah,
reading his comment now. The camera.
Maresca's overrated. Anshué is overrated. Um, yeah, Steve Brooker's probably his best striker.
He's got one goal so far, Steve Brooker, in this version.
Uh,
Not as good. I mean, I like Jordanos, but I think he needs a season first to get into it, really. And Sjoerd Rensen, what a season he's having for a goalkeeper of that standard. He's playing very well.
yeah, ratings are great, aren't they? He looks terrible. So
Yeah, holding out. Anthony Betterton, a 97-98 schoolboy. Yeah, I have not seen him and didn't even know he was an 0102, to be honest, until he was called into the squad. But 97-98, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Starts off as a schoolboy.
why would you pick such bad keepers? Like you could have picked any
Well,
keepers in the
have you seen
world.
his third keeper?
No,
What's he
please
called?
show me.
Eblay. Eblay is even better than this.
Fair play. I mean,
Two.
that is what the fuck. Well, I can see why he's in the reserves anyway. Yeah, I just don't get. I mean, I'd have picked one with more than 10 handling. I think his keepers combined have got less handling than Danny Coyne. So
It's quite possible, isn't it? Wow, 2 Vanlin. That's worse than some players. Wow. Anyway, predictions, and you got your lovely away kit colours on this game as well, which is
lovely
specifically
colours.
picked
Yeah.
the exact colours there. It does look very nice. Is that related to a German side you've been in charge of? Was it?
No, it was when I was playing the network. I noticed the kit, and I made a note of the colours. So I thought, whenever I get a chance to pick a colour, I will pick those colours. I can't remember who it was. There's a team in Germany that've got very, very similar colours. Anyway, I don't even know if it's the home kit. To be honest, I just liked it.
It is
Come
good.
on, shrimps
Yeah.
is very, very disturbing instruction.
That's yeah. I think. Jeez. Yeah. Who's holding it? Which people are telling the
I
team
thought it
to
was
do it?
mayonnaise.
Yeah. Never ever have a prawn cocktail again. So, Savage, big news. Beers of Europe have restocked after years of being out of stock. The magnificent Schulteis. Yes, you talked about Schulteis before. I remember you telling me just how much you enjoy it. So, fantastic. Hamburg HPV. Predictions for this one with Leif Lindbergh refereeing.
I'd be disappointed if I don't win. So I'm going to back myself and say 2-1.
And Tato's back to you for
Although,
6 0.
yeah, I do think Aussie's dream will score a goal.
Well, and if there is going to be a goal score for each team, I'm going to go for Kaka for Aussie's dream, and I think we're due a Stuart Elliott goal for Pelham. So that's my Smut's going 0-0, of course. Oh, Mike, fantastic! Thank you very much. Superb. I will accept
Crossbar.
graciously. Crossbar has been hit. Peter Prosbar has been hit. Um, and I'm still going back to that Blues double red card was insane for them to come back and win that match as well. Just ridiculous early on. Stu's going 1-1 in this game. We've had what have we talked about tonight? Caramel and beer and blue and all sorts of things, and there's been some matches at the same time. It's been a classic night for Swemp. 4-0 Stevie in the prediction. Hofbrauhaus Tronstein. I'd be up for trying lots of different German, Austrian, whenever beers that come up there. A penalty scored by Clive Mendonca.
Yes.
1-0 it is, and only 5 to go to match Tato's prediction. All rise for the blue chat. Yes, is it different, the blue chat? To what we had the other day with Wooder. 1 at half time. 4 shots, 2 on target, 3 shots, 2 on target, and yeah, it's been fairly even so far, but Pelham off the mark.
It's been shit on it, but Mendonca's managed to score on a 6. So yeah, I'm just hoping it stays 1-0 now because Mendonca deserves to be the hero of the game.
Stu calling us all Northerners. It's pretty factual. Although, does Smuts class himself as Northern or Southern, or is he in the middle there? Fifey, of course, a Southerner.
No, he's definitely got a southern like twang to his voice, and same as Fifey, pronounce words very cleanly, don't they?
Unlike me.
And I think Smuts lived down near London or in London for quite a bit, didn't he? So I think his voice is even more southern than Fifey's.
This is one of my favourite pictures in the game. I have referred to this guy before, being very much like that Swiss fan at the Euros. It's definitely him, and yeah, it's just a picture that has so much emotion going on it. You know, people looking all sorts of different directions. This guy, don't know what he's doing. This one looks like a sort of standard school head teacher at a secondary school.
Yep.
Yeah, and this guy, has he got a black eye or something there going on? There's something definitely not right about that. Called the
It's hard to
Midland
see on the
Reese.
screen, but
Above Milton Keynes is Northern. Anyway, so Aussie's dream, is he making any subs? No. No one thinks so. Fair enough. Oh no, is that no to the answer of my question? I'm not sure. This is worse than MOT chat. No, it isn't. That guy is he's just evokes so many feelings about it. And that guy with the drumstick, the flag, he's the one who does that to shrimps. That makes sense.
he does look like a shrimp botherer.
Are you making any changes yourself with a team that is not winning too many tackles unless you're Alan Poughton?
Ugh, it's pretty horrific, really. I'm going to stick with it until 60.
Let's see. I assume Smuts is yes asking where they get their MOT from. He's definitely having no subs at half time. We've gone through a steady start to the second half, haven't we? A red card for Danny
Oh,
Butterfield,
no.
54 minutes in, and well, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to move Gordon back to left back and shove someone to right wing back, or is it just going to be
Um,
well shifted over? So many choices.
can you put Gordon back,
Gordon Banks,
Gordon Bank, and then we'll have
where's he running to?
Carlton to the one little line,
Yeah.
and then Parlton to right wing back, please, and an arrow
Ooh,
on.
yeah, that'd be good if I just did that.
Yeah.
And an arrow forward there.
Yeah.
Leaving it like
That'll do.
that.
We've got like a minute till
You got 6 minutes
change it.
till subs, so yeah, that'll be all right.
Want to keep going?
Need
Might change it in
three
a
at the
minute.
back. Yep, definitely need three at the back. We're all good. Buy a new car. Free time. No need for an MOT. Good advice. That's why we get 3 year leases on cars.
Was he
Yeah,
buy a new car every year?
a new
Peter
car
sales
every
must be
year.
going well.
Your first 3 years are MOT free these days. If you buy
Well,
it
that shows
new.
how rich I am because I ain't got a clue. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, just
It makes sense then.
get a lease on a car. Works out better than buying a big one if you can't get it in the first place. Lecky's struggling a little bit. What's going to happen with the Aussie's dream? Check the ratings for him there as a reminder. An 8 for Onshue so far, as good as it gets. But they're 1-0 down, but a man up. He's going 4 at the back. No, he's not gone 4 at the back. He's stuck it out with his 3 at the back. Rutkvins. I like him. You think he's a good player?
I mean, can someone translate? What's happening?
Ratings. Alright, yeah, I did. I thought it was like some kind of like Latin for one of his players. I'd gone to the ratings a little while. I think you might need to just refresh it back to live because you're about a minute behind on there, I think. Yeah, his ratings anyway. And while he's thinking, what are you gonna do? I'll put it onto this screen for you.
Right, I'm going to bring on Peter Handyside for John Welsh, and then swap him with Vance Warner, please.
Yes, I thought I could see a Warner shift there.
And then
This game feels
I'll
like
have
sideways.
David Nielsen for Clive Mendonca, please.
Right, Cropper, is he staying up front there?
Yep.
Lovely. Jordanos for Lecky is going to be happening for Aussie's dream. Hang on. What's this?
What? What?
3 at the back.
Are you sure?
He put arrows back for all these players to come and cover now. Is that
I
what
never
we're
thought
looking
I'd see
for?
the day.
Yeah, this is weird, isn't it? Try to capitalise on the red card. Interesting. I've just done what it says. I don't know if the players are in the right positions, but
Yeah, come on, Smuts. Not every stream has to be 24 hours. You can hurry the fuck up if you want.
yeah. Anyway, I'm going to just put the end of the game on. I must just go. I know it's the last match, but I must just go and check something. I'll be back. You can commentate on the rest of the game, Mr. Dimmel. Go. Oh, he's making another change. He's about 6 weeks behind. How late was that?
So, like,
Anyway, there we go.
oh, I didn't click go. Jesus Christ, what am I supposed to do now? You could have clicked fucking resume match. Come on, Dan. I mean, Smuts is still trying to make changes here. That was literally 30 seconds after we left the room, Smuts. I think we're holding on here, by the way, just so you know. Right, in the comments then, let's have a question. I've got no questions. What crisp should 5 feet review next, and how many people will he murder while he does it?
Superb. I didn't press resume. Wonderful.
I know, you stitched me up massively.
Right. That was good, wasn't it? This game has lasted forever.
Smuts still trying to make changes.
So he wants this. How long is it? This is like 45 years of.
Did you just run to Leicester to get his third final sub there?
Probably did. Yeah, no, there's some quite loud noises that he's checking out at the back. Anyway, so that's into DM. So
I mean,
and it's
I think if Fifey did Scampy Fries as a review, I think he might take him back a bit too far from the last time he. It might be a strange memory for him. It's been a while.
Here we are anyway. I mean, how long did it take Smuts to come with those substitutes? Romo scored though after all.
Oh, fucking hell.
And Brooker disallowed.
Yes.
Champ Manager, it was released 20 years ago on the 12th, so it's tomorrow, the anniversary of it. It was, it does say the 12th of October as far as I'm aware. But yeah, it's a 20-year time. 1-1 it is. It's about as long as this game's lasted. You're not wrong, thanks to the. I know I wasted a little bit of time, but I mean, wow, Smuts, I think you took 4 minutes to make your subs. Tactical genius.
I mean, I don't know how he can claim to be a tactical genius. That's the first time he's not played the other formation. You could try it more often, Smuts. It's quite fun. It's quite fun just moving players around a bit. It's nice.
It would have been today if it was Swemp times.
that was poor from us, and I'm disappointed to say the least. But a point is a point, I suppose.
Yeah, especially on the red card.
Yeah, but still, I expected to hold on there.
Oh well, it's Romo's come on and done quite a job of passing the ball on, hasn't he? Certainly, compared to say the subs that have come on for your team, he's done 5 times as many passes as them combined. Just about.
Peter Handyside was busy though. Look at that.
He played good. Superb tackling. Right? You've noticed that. He's done more tackles than most of the players. Warner's done a decent job, and Elliott with some credit. Please click continue.
Yeah,
there's
a few. Yes, let's go. There's a few players that have let me down there, but oh well. Yeah, but I just want to see that they're second, so they can.
That's a lot of ones.
Wank each other off.
It's very what binary. They do when they win.
That's how they celebrate.
Sprungfelt 2 points clear of the chasing pack of Badgers, Boston and Grove. Mega Horse and Dangley's next up on 10 points. Fortuna down there on 9. And then Blues 7. They're climbing up the table with a win today. Aussie's Dream, Pelham, Flamingos all on 6. And then Divisionale and Gondor 4 points apiece. Goal difference 2 better for Divisionale. And Red West Pacific, their minus 16 goal difference sees them still bottom of the table, but with 1 point. Teams taking points off each other all over the place, and it seems at the moment only 2 teams not a draw: Fortuna and Sprungfelt, as it is. And so strange to see that this Fortuna side, I don't think they've ever had a negative goal difference unless they've had it for one match or something over the course of the season and a bit so far. Quick check of the fixtures for next time. Badgers Flamingos, the animal match. Looking forward to seeing how that one goes. Boston Dangleys, Mega Horse versus Aussie's Dream, which is the it's going to be a game where Mega Horse have to start thinking about the cup final that's in midweek in between. There's a two-leg cup final on the 22nd and 29th of May. Fortuna versus Grove will be an interesting game there. Can Grove capitalise on a Fortuna side missing Zeriberto? Gondor Blues. It sounds like some kind of musical piece. Pelham versus Sprungfelt, and Divisionale versus Red West Pacific in the Battle of the Basement. Same tactic next week. He's already put it in. If the players are there,
Same as what?
I know.
The same as usual. The one that was quite.
Oh yeah, which one? Yeah, it's got to be the other one because it's got to be the four at the back one, surely. You fancy your chances against Sprungfelt?
I think anyone can get a result in this league. It's been an entertaining league so far. Obviously, Sprungfeld have been pretty good, but I do fancy us to get something, and I'm going to put more effort into next week. I think I winged it a bit this week, and the last couple of weeks I've not put any effort into it. So I'm actually going to rethink what I'm going to do ahead of that match, and I want to start climbing the table. I need to be above Ozzy's Dream at least. I mean, I can't believe they're still in 9th.
Can't believe they're still in 9th. It's they're
although I am ahead of a team that includes Impenza on goal difference, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's
something's gone wrong there.
See you again, boys. That Fulls Russian guy is a lovely looking lad. Kiss, kiss. That's lovely, isn't it? So look at the average ratings. Scarchili top of the list there on 8.67. And Diop and Bart Ho, Mark Tyler and Louis Saha close out the top top 5, sorry, there for them. Wonderful stuff. In terms
some
of
interesting
goals.
names in that list.
There are, aren't they? Yeah, let's go back to it.
Nice to see different names.
Sjoerd Rensen is up there. What a goalkeeper he's been. Maresca in there. Yeah, Milan Baros. Not sure why Kirsten's still up there, to be honest. He's not played very well. Goals, top scorer in the division is Zauli on 6. He didn't make it to his 7th. But Lee Hughes and Ulf Kirsten following on from that. Dario Silva, the substitute, gets there. Fusini and Diop for Gondor. And then some players, some other ones as well. With they've not seen a Pelham player around yet. Still not seen a Pelham player around yet. What will they be in? Yellow cards?
Tackles per game, Vance Warner.
Tackles per game. Pelham, Vance Warner 5.7. Thomas Chihon on 7 from his 3 stars. That's not too bad, is it? He'll keep his place in the team, probably enjoying when Kohler and Master come back. Kohler on 6.9.
Yeah, we're more of a team unit. We're not full of individuals.
Yeah, you say that, but Wayne Burnett's there on 2.8 dribbles. 2.8 dribbles.
Wayne Burnett's come back in.
Imagine having less than 3 dribbles a game and being one of the division's most prolific dribblers. Doesn't sound right, does it? Woo! 5.8. What a legend. Anyways, we'll just go back to the fixture for next time. Thank you very much, Mr. Dimble, for joining tonight.
No worries, mate. Anytime. Cheers for everyone in the chat as well.
I'll make sure this is
Always
saved.
see you.
A reminder that Division 1 is on Thursday, and then next week Division 2 will be featured in Monday, Thursday coming up, because we've got Division 2 on Monday. The Cup final will go on the end of the Division 1 show on or at the beginning of the Division 1 show, maybe if Swan can join for that. And it'll probably be tagged along to both of the next 2 Division 1 rounds. So, yeah, off to finally finish Squid Game, which is a lovely code. Anyway, we'll see you all again soon, and thank you very much. Good night.